It's a little different than some, if you perhaps go to some more localised companies, I would guess, or certainly when I've been to localised companies, they're a little different. So, I'm pleased to hear that we have some positive things from what you found. We will take good input from it, and we'll make sure at management level that we do implement as best we can against what it is interesting for us. The only one problem I have is that I heard something yesterday about the videoing being used for a documentary.
There's a documentary being made of Nokia. It's made by Nokia, but of Nokia. And one of the topics is really this supply chain ethics, because this is a new issue, and they are following, this film crew is following us in a way in this Nokia process of doing these things, where we have openly admitted that in the beginning, yes, we recognize that this is an important issue for us, for Nokia, but also, and that we have done something, but we admitted that we have not done enough, and we know that we have to start working on this. And they learn that this is very important to also to show that the big company with a good reputation, they have things that they have not done, and they are just learning, and they will follow us and see and film not only in these suppliers but in many other places too. But when before we came, we asked or said that yes, we of course asked the permission from the supplier.
Well, I had no problem with the filming.
We don't know how much of this will be shown in the end. Yeah.
I have an issue or a problem because I have a major shareholder back in Germany who is particularly low profile in terms of the aspects of the company. And I touched base last evening with them to a point where we're unable to give our consent to documentary activity. No problem whatsoever for you to be filming. Richard gave you the approval for that, and within the context of the benchmarking and in the context of being able to assess us and help us, and you use it for your records back home to see, well, what did we say, what didn't we say within Nokia, then we realise as a customer and a supplier in the partnership that we need to do whatever you need to do. But I cannot get the say-so from the shareholder, who particularly is particularly low profile in terms of aspects of our operation being outside of customer and supplier relationships. So I would just ask if you need me to do something written in that side of it, then I will do so. My understanding, first of all, was that it was going to be used internally inside Nokia for your records and for your help for you to be able to assess and make report and do the benchmarking. If it's outside of Nokia, then I have a problem, and maybe you will need me to get you something written on that. If it's inside Nokia, then we obviously realise and recognise the partnership and relationship between supplier and customer, but the shareholders I have to report to are particularly anxious to remain low profile and would ask for some respect in terms of this is between a customer and a supplier, and if it's on News at 10 or Panorama, then that's
yeah, that you can do without.
No. That's not the point.
No, I understand.
And we're quite,
I understand.
If there are things that we show, then it's but they tend, without physically being there, they tend to be open to all sorts of interpretations, which it's not a case of we can do without it. That's not the point. We are very committed to make sure that we can, within Nokia supplier partnership that we have, that we react to this positively, which I hope we can show to you that we can. And no problem for you using the document or video stuff that you found in order for you to internally in Nokia to generate your report, use it to show Kimo or whatever inside Nokia in terms of Nokia relationship. But I can't get my shareholder to move on wider circulation than that.
But that company, they had flat 36 hours overtime for all the people all the time, no matter whether it was a peak period or low season. So that was in a way, then you start thinking, how can this be possible? But they're all the time, everybody has 36 hours overtime. But what did we find then? Really findings. For at 2 of these 4 suppliers, they were not paying minimum wages in all the production lines. That was rather interesting. The people got more than the minimum, but they got the minimum after the overtime.
So what was the reaction from top management on this issue?
First one, they asked that who is going to pay if they start paying minimum wages. So I had a really simple answer.
This is a wrong answer.
The question was wrong. Yeah, I said that the question was wrong, but then I really had a good answer too. Because I say, first, we know rather well our suppliers' cost breakdown. We know that the wage cost is less than 10% of their total cost. And I could calculate that if they start paying minimum wage, their wage cost will increase a maximum 8%, which means that their total cost will increase maximum less than 1%. And if their total cost increase less than 1%, then they will be acting legally. So of course we also ask them to act legally, they have to act legally, and they can't really, if it's less than 1%, it's not a discussion topic. So that was rather simple. And the other one, they were paying minimum wage at our production line. They were not paying minimum wage in the neighboring production line. And they have increased the wages in our production line 2 weeks before we came.
Yeah, but once again, I think the ethical issue is not for people working for our line. It's for the spirit and the values of the company. So it doesn't matter for us if it is for our line or for our competitors' line.
Yeah, but that was rather interesting. They had increased the wages at our production line. And then they said, their reaction was that, hey, we are interpreting the legislation a bit differently. Oh, I would have so many examples. So they didn't have any signed contracts with the workers. They didn't have any written contracts with the workers. And we asked, why? Why not? Well, because we are not complying with the legislation. So if we had the contracts, so if we had legal contracts, then we...
Yeah, I got the point, yeah.
If we had legal contracts, contracts that just are written legally, then we would be just violating the contract. But on the other hand, if the contract would say, as we are doing, then we would have illegal contracts. So they didn't have any signed contracts. And the management replied this way. They gave the answer.
At least they are honest, but this doesn't satisfy probably the way we would like them to do business with us.
No, but I would say that this is a beginning. You can't change the world overnight. So in a way, it's, yeah. Okay, thank you.
Thanks a lot, Anna.
No problem. I love to talk about these things.
Yeah.
If you don't mind.
Are you sure?
Okay, thanks.
Thanks, bye.
Bye-bye.